everybody likes demo videos, so I thought I just add a small demo video of my Apex Unified logger to this README file. So this is my repo, which exists for some time. It's trying to solve a simple problem when you log in Apex using the standard system debug. You get a log for each transaction context, so you never see the full picture of everything that runs in the flow of your application. So this is just a proof of concept. So you probably want to just steal stuff and reuse it in your own application. I just want to show you how it works and what components it has. So look at this sample app class. It's just fake. It's showing the complexity of an app. So look at this app. It has a run method, which itself calls a future method. And see that I put some log statements in here using my normal logger. Um, the future method is its own transaction context, logs something, and enqueues a queuable. The queuable itself does some logging and executes a batch. So let's just look at my log. When I run this app, you see that I get a ton of logs. And so, yeah, so it's not easy to actually see what's going on in which order, and then you have to look in the lines of the logs to actually find your output. So let's just activate my own logger. So when you use those lines, they normally just convert themselves into a real system debug log. And you can do everything. You can do log error, which would be a logging level error, or you can leave it empty. You can put a string in here, but you can also put like a new list of arbitrary objects and then just put some variables in here. You can do all of that, and if you don't activate my logger, it will just log normally. So what do you need to do to activate my logger? There is a custom setting which just has two values. Who should log, so which users or profiles transactions should be logged. So this is just me, my user in my Scratch org, and you have to set a day when it logs. So don't fear that we produce too many log events and that you run into limits. This only works for one day for this user. So let's just update it. Then go to the unified logging app. Mm, let's retry it. It's just a wrapper app around a utility bar console. So this doesn't do anything. It's just this little widget here. So you can mute it, which means it unsubscribes, or you have it active. Okay, then let's go into my dev console and just run this sample as app run again and switch to my logger, and then you immediately see 18 log events, and you see first we have our call from anonymous, then we go into a queuable, then we start a batch, then we have multiple batch executes, um, and yeah, as we did it multiple times, we also see futures and stuff related. You can, yeah, you can collapse it, so you just see like each transaction on its own. It's automatically detecting where you are, where you logged, in which class, in which method, and which method. Yeah, and then you can clear it, and then that's it. Okay. Mm, so let's have a short look at the code. Um, I guess the benefits of this are clear. You get a view of everything in a single view without digging through logs. The repository code is also really easy. It contains a script which creates you a perfectly set up Scratch org. Just change your DevHub name here in this class. And then in the actual source folder, we have a few things. We have this application with the utility bar, FlexiPage, but mostly it's a single class. It's this log class. That's all you need. There's a test class which shows what we do. The sample app which just fakes the different log, but you don't need that. And then there's a Lightning Web component. I just converted it. Previously it was an Aura component, but now it's a Lightning Web component. A log monitor, which displays the utility bar and is using the native Salesforce AMP API to actually subscribe and unsubscribe to those log events. Yes, and that's the last part, which is important. There is a log event in the package, which contains some fields like the line where it logged, the class, a custom message, the context, which contains the new request ID and the quiddity, so telling you, is this a batch or is this a future? Then we have the log level, the user which produced this log event. And here we have the settings object, which, where you can define who should be logged and when. Okay, I hope you find this useful and try to use it in your real production app.